Next, we are joined by different graduates of Mennonite Action's recent Courage School. It was a 4-week training to help local communities in the United States and beyond organize against rising authoritarianism and build strong local coalitions. We are joined tonight by Suzanne and Greg in Asheville, North Carolina, and Buddy Martin from Tucson, Arizona. First up, Suzanne Walker Wilson, who uses she, her pronouns, is a clinical social worker, and Greg Walker Wilson, who uses he, him pronouns, is a consultant to nonprofits. They both live in Asheville, North Carolina. Thank you for joining us this evening. Suzanne and Greg, can you begin and share some more about your experiences and learning from Courage School this last month?
Circle of Mercy is our congregation here in Asheville, and it's duly aligned with the Alliance of Baptists and the United Church of Christ. A good number of us have Mennonite roots, and others are deeply drawn to Anabaptist teaching and theology. Our church is actively discerning if we might become a Mennonite congregation in the years ahead. Some of our members who participated in a recent 3-part Sunday afternoon in-person adaptation of Mennonite Action's Courage School had decades of peacemaking and non-cooperation experience. Others had none. Together with Mennonite Action's tangible support, we're moving from being passive allies to active allies as we take a stand against the growing authoritarian threat that we're all facing in this political moment.
Participating in the 3-day Interfaith Action for Palestine in Washington, D.C. this July was a real catalyst in our decision to take some leadership within our own faith community around non-cooperation. Suzanne took this photo shortly before I was arrested, along with about 65 others in the congressional cafeteria. One of these banners is now part of our Circle of Mercy worship table every week. Our experience of participating in Mennonite Action monthly calls and attending the powerful Mennonite Action training in Raleigh in July has equipped, supported, and called us to take action within our own local church around non-cooperation and faith-based organizing. Like many of you on this call, we've been trying to offer mutual aid in response to the genocide in Gaza, like this GoFundMe. And like some of you, some of our members have been living out our Anabaptist tradition of non-cooperation with an authoritarian state much of our lives through conscientious objection, war-tax-resistant civil disobedience, and nonviolent direct action, like my dad, this retired Mennonite pastor.
The climate disaster that hit our region a year ago this very week gave Circle of Mercy many chances to both receive and to offer mutual aid. Thank you to all of you who prayed for us and sent relief our way. Here in Asheville, we didn't have potable water for 58 days, but nearby in rural Yancey County, a double hurricane hit. Helene's devastation was unfathomable, and then ICE agents came in and slept in a local high school, ostensibly there to provide disaster relief, but their presence and their vans terrified immigrants. Our undocumented immigrant neighbors were afraid to access the needed disaster relief that was pouring in. So Circle of Mercy directed our mutual aid efforts toward getting them fresh, Latino-specific food that they had named and needed.
We also work to support the longtime creative and courageous immigrant organizing effort in our local community called SEMA. Here's a 10-second video clip from our recent Courage School that we had at Circle of Mercy when Circle of Mercy members moved through a red line scenario, a role play, of how we could respond in real-time direct action if ICE begins taking students from local schools.
You've asked us to share with you specifically how Mennonite Action is supporting us as we anchor non-cooperation in our church. The beautiful, well-organized teaching slides have been so helpful. Mennonite Action gifting them to all of you and all of us and allowing us to tailor them to our own congregations really help this content land with our church members. Modeling that everyone's at different points in our readiness to take action, and that there's no wrong door on when or how much we engage in direct action has also been helpful. Some of our church members find this has been really overwhelming and triggering, and yet they long to learn and to be connected. Others are hungry to act. Knowing that everyone can move at our own pace and we're not going to be judged or pressured feels essential to the values of nonviolence and community care. And finally, meeting with Rhea and feeling her individual support for us as we've taken the risk of giving this a try has been really helpful. Rhea has been a hub, our hub, and Circle of Mercy is now like a spoke within the Mennonite Action story. We're living out that parallel process now within our own church. We're devising a hub and spoke model for congregational communication about all kinds of mutual aid, direct action, emergency response, even our own pastoral care work.
And here are a few lessons we learned from the adaptation we did this past 3 Sundays for Courage School in our local church. First, to our surprise, our members are asking for more. They wanted more than 3 sessions and times together that were longer than 1.5 hours that we crafted. So we're going to build more and offer lots more practice of red line scenarios at their request. We did not anticipate that few folks would find the role play so triggering. While many found it empowering, holy, and motivating, a few folks were really uncomfortable. We're learning from them some things that would have made it less hard. More explanation in advance, and even more time to settle and to debrief together after it. Our participants loved the slides, and they asked us to email them a copy in advance each week. And finally, we bathed our gatherings in music, grounding activities, noticing our own nervous systems get activated, and then helping them settle down before moving on. Our members loved this, found it necessary, and even asked for more of it, like when the current events and conversation would leave them feeling hopeless, or when a particular conversation about risk left some folks afraid, we'd return to settling the body and noticing we are safe together in the present moment.
So here are some next steps that we're working toward at Circle of Mercy. Conceptualizing and contextualizing this work for our youth and our children. Getting most of our congregation on a Signal group chat so that when a red line local moment comes, we're ready to act. So far, we have 28 folks already on that Signal chat together. On October 15th, yard signs are going out throughout Asheville, up in people's yards that say, "Love thy neighbor, defend immigrant rights." And we're super excited to be a Mennonite Action training stop on January 24th.
So finally, like you all, we are new at this. We're learning as we go. All this work is iterative, but we believe we can help each other catch courage and live faithfully. You're welcome to be in touch with us if you want. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Suzanne and Greg. That's just so inspiring to hear from you.